with Louisville unemployment and Jefferson County unemployment rate in August at 10.6%, there appears to be no real thing on the horizon that is going to change that trend. And what I'm seeing, especially as a business person here in Louisville, is that the layoffs will continue and are continuing. There is no new company or no new job growth that is existing here. So our first and my first and primary objective as being your all's Metro Council representative is to aggressively go after and generate and bring in new jobs to the city of Louisville.
Okay, we were going into break and we were talking about how layoffs are going to continue. The economic horizon is grim, to say the least, and that's something my partner's been talking about forever. He actually told us a year ago it was going to be this bad. So what do we do to offset this? How are we going to create jobs? What are we going after? I mean, what's your goal on the Metro Council? How can you lead on the council to make Louisville a better place for job creation?
Well, I think number one, Ed, is that I'm optimistic. I think that this is an outstanding community. This is where I've called home all my life long, and Louisville means something to me. I absolutely have faith, and I know that the skills and the talents exist here in this community to actually turn this thing around. There's no question. I think the number one thing is that we just really haven't had the leadership to do it. Right now, it takes and it calls for tough decisions. And you have to be aggressive. I know that there's a lot of issues out there that we'd love to cover, and those are important issues and what they may be, whether I may agree or disagree on some of these social issues. But the number one thing, we won't be able to do any of those things unless we actually generate employment and jobs to the city. So my plan, I kind of look at it as a business guy. I say I don't think there's really any necessary reason to reinvent the wheel. Right. Unfortunately, I think our city has been pulling the cart with a little square wheel. And if you have enough torque, if you've got enough torque, well, that square wheel will turn, but it's a heck of a bumpy ride. Yep. And I think that's what we're facing right now. So for me, I think the number one thing is, and as any kind of business owner understands this, if you need to generate business, then you aggressively go out and market yourself and you bring in that business. And so I think the city of Louisville definitely needs to market itself. And there are many companies that exist here in this country, especially on the East and West Coast, that are in far worse conditions in areas of the country than exist here in Louisville, and we have a lot to offer here. And it is our responsibility as a government employee and as a representative of the people is to actually go out there and bring these businesses in. I don't think we necessarily need big, large corporations or blue-chip kind of companies. What we need is those $500 million type companies that are hiring between 300 to 1,000 people. Bring those guys here, give them what they need. Let's get them in here in Louisville. My goal is, and I think this is realistic, I believe that we can generate 50,000 new jobs to the city of Louisville. As we were talking about this earlier, that means not existing jobs. Those are not jobs of filling positions maybe that people have been laid off on. Right. This is new seats, new jobs here in the city of Louisville. It may seem like a lofty goal, but I tell you what, it is a time for us to start setting lofty goals and going after it.
But here's my question, though. How are you going to accomplish that? You're one voice out of 26. All right? You're one member. I mean, you're not the mayor. We've got all this unlimited power, okay? You're one voice out of 26 on the Metro Council. So the goal is lofty, and I'll agree with you. I mean, you've got to be aggressive to go out after it, but how are you going to be the one to make this happen? How are you going to be the one to start that fire? What are you going to do to light that?
Well, I have to disagree with you. I don't think I'm one voice. I think if you talk to any business owner that is running a business here in this town right now, they're saying the exact same thing that I'm saying. So I think that there's a unified voice. The problem is that nobody's listening. None of our leadership is listening. They have no experience. The majority of people have never even run a company.
Yeah, they're career politicians.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, see, I agree with that. Okay.
Yeah. And you know what? I'd be very happy. Turn around this city, bring in the jobs, and get the heck out of the way. I'll step out of the way and let somebody else fill my position in. I'm having a lot of fun working for Delta Direct Staffing and Delta Logistics. These are great people. It's a great company. I love what I do, and I love finding people jobs. That is extremely important to me. So, you know what? Let me do this job. I'll get out of the way. If you all want to fill in and do all these other things after I'm done, that's fine with me. Whether it's me or the mayor or some other group of business leaders that we can get a consortium together, whether it be Greater Louisville Incorporated, and giving them more an expanded role to be able to do this. It doesn't matter to me who actually does it. It has to be effective. It has to be an effective job in pursuit. So I think that's definitely going to call for a consortium of thoughts. So absolutely, I think that's what we need to do. The movement needs to be more toward a goal, and we need to start setting goals as a city. And you know what? The people of the city of Louisville need to know what those goals are.